Scary Movie 6 or 3, whatever you want to call it. Saw a lot of bad reviews about it, but when it got a low score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like, all right, I want to see it, because usually they don't know really what's good, especially for the black people don't know what's good. So I went to go see it, and I love the beginning scene with Tiana Taylor. Some of it was cringe, but some of it was kind of funny. Like when she said, "I'm black," then the lady snatched her pearls off and then started trying to swallow the pearls. I just thought that was funny. That whole beginning scene was funny. And then the standout was obviously Brenda. She's always the standout. Brenda, her first scenes and all her scenes was funny. She's like the main person that made me laugh throughout the whole thing. So people saying it didn't have a plot. It did have a plot. It's the same plot as all of the movies, the Scream. So it's the same plot. It's a killer killing people. Like, that was the plot of it. That's the whole point of it. It was a lot of, well, at the beginning, it was a lot of Final Destination stuff. I haven't seen every movie, so obviously I'm not going to get every single reference. I know they did get our, a scene, some scenes I just thought was pointless. It seemed like they wanted to do certain stuff, and then they tried to figure out a way to add it into the movie. Like, you can tell, like, the K-pop scene, and I get he was dreaming or whatever. He was high and or dreaming and or both. So I get in there. I don't know about K-pops. I don't know, but maybe they're kids, maybe, or whatever. I don't know. Like K-pop or something. I guess that's what K-pop is. Like a lot of depressing type vibe. He was talking about being high or whatever. It was a lot of drug references. Not just like weed, but like pills and all types of drugs. There was a lot of references in there to that. Like a lot throughout. From the scene, but when he's sitting in the chair talking to Scream as a therapist, from that scene on, it kind of felt like a whole bunch of just random scenes. Even like the scene with the lady getting the Botox. And it was nice to see white cheeks. I wondered, did he really get in character? Or was that like AI? I don't know. I'm like, did Marlon really get dressed up or whatever? Then he didn't really look any different than what he used to look. Spoiler, obviously, but they pretty much killed about the new people, all the kids and stuff. And then, Anthony Anderson and Kevin Hart, he must have really declined it, or maybe they did that to make a joke. They thought it was funnier that they did that. To have Shaq, because he was in one scene, but have Shaq be like, me and Kevin Hart the same size on our knees. Kevin Hart said no, he don't ever say no. Which is, that's what Cat Williams always say. So I thought that was funny. I don't know if Kevin Hart really declined for real. Because, well, how you don't decline this, but you didn't decline the other ones that you did? I love Soul Pain. So I ain't gonna talk about Soul Pain. But the other ones you did was a mess. You didn't decline that, but you wouldn't decline Scary Movie. I don't know if he did or not. It probably just good for the joke. But overall, it felt nostalgic. I thought some of the nostalgia was forced. I mean, maybe if they do another one, I know a lot of people talking bad about it, but people did go see it. So, I want to go see it, but that don't mean I thought it was great or good. I mean, it just mean that I like what they did before, and I also like the Wayans brothers. So when people talk bad numbers, yeah, it matter for the studios because they'll make another one, but it doesn't matter for something being good or not. But they did a lot of nostalgic things, which was cool, but it also felt pointless, but also it's a parody. So parodies, I guess, can feel pointless. It's not like although the other ones had really, really good story, but also the Screams don't really have stories like that. I love that they had all the killers at the end, because nowadays there'd be so many killers. I'd be making jokes about. I'd be like about 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. It'd be a whole bunch of killers. They'd be using guns now, all that. So they incorporated that. And if they did a lot of the newer Screams, obviously the two sisters, Tuesday and Sarah, was the two, I'm assuming the two sisters that was like took over the Scream franchise. I know this didn't have to make sense, but Dewey in the first movie, he wasn't really slow. He was pretending to be slow, because at the end, remember, he took off all his clothes and was fine, and like he did have that walk, and he was in shape, and he had the all black on, looking real cool. So it's like, with him, I get why they did it, obviously, because nostalgia, but it's like he wasn't really slow. He was pretending to be slow in the first one, but y'all made him slow again in this one. And maybe they hadn't did it in so long. I didn't really see the point of the COVID, although I get it's like, oh child, it ain't no COVID no more. Like, they did address that it's not COVID anymore, but I feel like certain stuff, it felt pointless. I feel like maybe they just wanted to see it for so long, and they haven't got opportunity, or it hadn't did it yet, so they just wanted to put it in. The K-pop scene, I felt like was pointless. And then even like Although it was funny about him like scratching the chair, and then the whole scene about his mom, that was weird. I don't know what that was, but it was funny about him scratching the chair and then all the cotton coming out of the chair. That was funny, and just piling up. That was funny. But the whole scene with his mama, that was pointless. Maybe that was a reference to a movie or something that I didn't see, or maybe I'm not making the connection yet. But that felt pointless. Like I said, the Botox scene felt pointless. I don't know what the point of that was. I really don't. I guess just to make fun of people getting Botox. But like I said, there's like no purpose. But I guess, like I said, it's a parody, so you don't need a purpose. I did like the ending. All their butts was out at the end. I guess it got burnt with the fire as they was popping away. But my favorite scenes was the best parts of the movie was definitely the beginning. Every scene with Brenda, like she just killed it. Like, every scene with her just really good. Oh, the Casanat scene where the Marlon was streaming. Why we didn't see Ray as much? Is that because Sean didn't want to really be in it like that? I feel like Ray popped in here and there, but we didn't really see him like that. I thought that was kind of strange. That scene, I'm like, that angry orchid, I'm like, that must have been advertising for real, because there ain't no way they gave them the free promo like that. So they must have advertised with them for real. They actually had to be extra advertised. They had to pay them to put that in there. Because I know they ain't giving no free promo like that. That was too good a promo. Like, you could see it perfectly and everything. It felt like Castaway with FedEx. It was like, it's too all over the place. There ain't no way. Overall, if they put out another scary movie, I don't know if I would rush to it. I would eventually see if it came on streaming service or something, but I don't know if I would go to the movies to see it. I know, like I said, maybe the next time it will be better because they will maybe focus on story and not nostalgia anymore. Like with this, you can tell they just wanted to figure out scenes to make everybody like I can't remember what his name was Sydney boyfriend, who was the killer in the original one. Like they made a scene to make him be in it, which is when she was at the hospital trying to visit her daughter, when she never ended up seeing her daughter. In that scene, like I said, it was like a lot of jumping. Like I said, it was a plot, but it was a lot of jumping scenes that really didn't go. But like I said, it's a parody, so I guess it really don't matter. So the scene with Sydney boyfriend in the original, like she went to the hospital to see her daughter, but see, I wonder who was her father, because her older daughter was his child. That's what they say in the movie anyway. So, and obviously he wasn't alive anymore, but they did that scene so he can appear in it. He was like pretty much hallucinating. They were trying to do like a callback to the Smile movie, which I haven't seen Smile movie, but it just like felt forced to try to call back to the Smile movie. There was a lot of good music in it too. Like the music, you wanted to get up and start dancing. Like even when Megan was dancing in the on the subway, where you thought it was Megan, but it was really screaming and dancing on the subway. That was just funny. But the music was actually hitting. The music was hitting for real. Oh, I keep going past the scene, but the scene they purposely just put him in. It didn't really make sense. No purpose, but you can tell they wanted to include him somehow, and that's just the way that he did it. They had her like almost like she's hallucinating or in her brain or whatever, but it was really another dude. It wasn't him. She hit another dude, but it wasn't really him. Then Sarah boyfriend, that was just funny throughout the whole thing, because it's like it's always the boyfriend, and then it's obvious it's him. He making like funny references. Like I said, overall it felt good, like nostalgia. Like I didn't feel like disappointed in watching. Was it the best thing I ever seen? No. Was it the funniest thing I ever seen? No. Was there funny scenes? Yes.